Welcome back to part 2 of Operation Rosie's bedroom, and here I am mucking around with garden paint still in the spare room, nowhere near Rosie's bedroom. What are we doing? However, in order to justify myself, I've only got garden paint because that was the only blue paint in Screwfix that they had available today. It didn't take long to work out that is not going to be any good for those. So the inevitable happened, and I had to resort back to painting it grey. Because if you've seen the rest of my house, you'll realise I do actually have an awful lot of grey paint left over. And this is called Chic Shadow, and you know what? I was loving it more and more every time I was putting it on. What I wasn't loving is these little areas above these shelves. I have to do it with the tiniest of brush. I'm pretty sure my toothbrush is bigger than this. It's crazy. Painting is something that I truly believe everyone can do, just not everyone has a flair for, and I think I fit into that latter category. I'm much happier with great big tools, plant machinery. I mean, literally give me a digger. I'm very happy on a digger. Not to mention all the preparation that you have to do if you want to do a half decent job when you're painting these walls. I mean, all the filler you have to use and all the sandpaper you have to use. And let's be real, we all know that this paint job I'm doing today is going to be what we call a one-coat wonder. Constantly trying to remind myself that I literally just wanted to freshen up this room to have a place to put Rosie's old bed. I certainly did not start out with any intention of doing a full redecoration job on the spare room. No one goes in there. It literally is just a place I store my work uniform and merchandise. Oh, but at last I can finally use a roller. The roller is much better than the brush. It covers the walls in second. I mean, literally the rest of the room took half the time that the first half of the room did. Where's the fairness in that? I also hate the way my mind works, because no sooner am I starting this job, moaning about this job, and I'm looking above me, seeing a ceiling that's disgusting, and I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking, that while I'm doing this, I should really be painting the ceiling too. But I think, let's be real, we just all know that's not going to happen. There you go. Emulsion paint paints over garden paint. Who knew? Garden paint is just not suitable for your walls. I don't know whatever went through my head this morning when I was at Screwfix. I just suddenly thought, look, it's the right colour. It's in stock. Let's grab it. I mean, not to forget the fact that it was only £6.50 a tin. That's a bargain. And can we all just take a moment to appreciate my beautiful pink painting dungarees? I've had these things for years, but I've lost a little bit of weight since I last wore them, and they are literally hanging off me today. Not to mention I've lost a few buttons, so apologies if anything inappropriate hangs out while I'm doing this horrible job. It's not a horrible job. Find the joy in everything. Now, come on, Emma. Look at those lines. Oh, beautiful job. I do like cutting in. Is it wrong that cutting in for me is just the best bit? Now on to removing these bits of wood that are hanging off my walls. Now, these bits of wood were here because when Alfie had this room, we had a telly on this wall, and this wall is only a little plasterboard stud wall, so we thought, you know what, we're going to have to reinforce it, especially with the weight of that Sky Glass TV. Who's got one of them? They're rubbish. Apologies for this camera angle. I'm sure my rear end is not what you want to be seeing on this Monday evening, but you know, come on guys, we're so close. Oh, this is the last bit of the wall. Oh, I can't wait. Look, the blue is gone. Hello to the grey. Now, why didn't I take those dressing gowns off the back of the door? I could have got paint on, but I didn't. Thank the Lord. Well, there's 5 hours I'll never see again, but we are done. Now I can get busy with bringing Rosie's old bed up here and then building Rosie's new bed. Yay, part 3 coming.